Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Factorio Fixit. My name's Root and let's get cracking in a sec. Just while I load up the game. Very excited about this Fixit. I honestly can't believe it's actually happening, this one. I was sitting in a live stream a couple of months ago and I mentioned to Streamer, I said, Streamer, you should let me fix your factory. And he was like, yeah, no worries, I'll do that. A couple of months passed and, well, I got my internet back the other day and I sent him a tweet and I said, hey, how about me fixing that factory of yours? And a couple of days went past and I was like, I figured nothing's going to happen, and to be honest, when there's such a large size difference between the person I'm referring to and yours truly, you kind of can understand, there's 300,000 people that follow Zisteau and 1,000 that follow me. But the other day, this notification popped up on my phone that Zisteau was suddenly following me on Twitter, and then the next minute a DM swing comes into my account, and lo and behold, it's the main bus. Let's go. First things first, though, 70 hours. Oh. And I think that playlist was only like 30 videos or something. So, yeah. Anyway, it is the Zisteau main bus. No one did it better than Z, or not that I've seen anyway. Just look at that for insanity. It makes the min-maxer in me weep. But you've got to admit, there's a certain artistic value to this, because this is pretty. I don't want to pick anything up though, because it'll break everything. And I think that in this factory, what I'm going to show is just a generic way to fix the main bus system when it starts to break down. You can see here, red circuits, really struggling, going very slowly. There's just not enough throughput, basically. We're not making enough of them. And if we have a look at Z's production stats, 300 a minute isn't bad for red circuits. You jump that to 500 to 1,000 a minute and you start to look real pretty. The green circuits are probably a little bit light on, but we're going to tax that to the limit. You can see that it's fluctuating at the moment. The consumption, it's at 1.5, 1.3. It's kind of bouncing around and doing different stuff. So his numbers are good. We just need to see if we can get it working a little bit more effectively. And what I'm going to show you is hopefully a bit of a generic way where you can fix these factories when they start to, cause you these problems. So let's chase it down the line, and this is basically what you got to do. Attack. So heading back down the line, we can see that oh my lord, that train is dangerous. You can see that red circuits are an issue. They're a little bit sparse on the line. Ooh, green circuits, a little bit of an issue. Before that, everything seems to be okay. Green circuits are flowing, which is okay. You're happy with that. This balancer would give people nightmares though. So maybe we can fix that and get a little bit better flow. Okay. The corner is not ideal, because you can see that. How can we do this? Okay, so I've had an idea. Let's just see if we can amend this a little bit and get it to work. Now, what we need to do is get this in here quickly. Now, you'll notice that this is actually a balanced setup, so I'm thinking that we don't need a rebalancer at all. What if we did that? That'd work. Yeah, I'm thinking that's okay. Now what we need though is to help with the loading through here. We need some blue belts. because that will just help with the loading. Oh, okay, I know what that's for. That's for blade input. Okay, so once there's a blue belt here, there's effectively more space in which the green circuits can fit. So that's that should help us there. Yeah, wow. So these are being fed by logistics bots. That's an interesting decision. Alright, so on to this generic solution for the main bus when things start to fall apart. You'll notice that we're getting okay throughput here. You know, it's okay. It's not anything you're going to write home about, but it's okay. So what we need, okay, is we need some way of boosting this production where it's needed. Okay, the issue with the main bus is the producer can sometimes be a long way from the consumer. Now, I believe that the consumer... Where is the consumer? The consumer is all the way down here. Oh, it keeps going. Okay, so here's the consumer. Okay, the producer is all the way up here. So all this distance on the belt actually means there's a bit of a lag. Lag's probably a good word, actually. There's lag between what's happening here and what's happening here. So as soon as you start to take things from this line, for example, this is still building things. So this is still taking 2 of these to build one processing unit. So that means there's this little bit of draw here, which just slows down the throughput. And then, you know, it starts getting really, really sparse on the belt. And this is what I actually got in the comments when Z first started his base and tried to explain it without actually realizing what he had planned, and what he had planned was more of an artistic vision rather than a efficient factory vision, which you know, I think that, to be honest, he won me over, because this is stupid. Like, it's so stupid, it's awesome. Now, let's get on to the solution. So the way we need to solve this problem is basically, whoa, I nearly got, that's about the 3rd time that train's nearly running me over. So we need to basically get some direct insertion here. We need to give the line a boost. So the obvious way of doing it, okay, is just with the logistics bots. Now, if we get this going, yep, it's full stack size. So right now, they're going to come along and they're going to deliver here. Now what this is going to do is obviously going to draw from further down the line. Now what I want to do is I want to create a little build that's just going to take care of the red circuits, basically for the logistics network. Now we can see through here, Z's got it set up so that there's green circuits running down everywhere. Now ideally I'd like a dedicated green circuit line somewhere. I'm not going to find one, that's a bugger. Oh, here's one. Oh, dedicated green circuit line. Okay, so I've got one here. So what I'm going to do, now to make a red circuit, I need 2 electronic circuits, okay? So I'm just going to pinch some from here. I'm going to put them in a box, and I'm going to grab a smart inserter, and I'm going to limit this to work when there's less than, say 200 in the system. Okay, there's 208, so that's okay. Now, on to our build. Right, so there's 1,000,001 assembly machines. How many have we got? 7. We're going to need a few more than that. And we're going to need one of these bad boys. Oh, I've got 25 already. I didn't see them. Okay, let's go do this build. Now I want to place this near something else. Because remember that I said that these were being fed by logistics bots. I want to place this build near this little buffer system, okay? Because without that, we're going to be pushed. Well, the robots are going to be pushed. We won't be pushed. We'll be quite chilled and relaxed. Okay, so let's get this build going. Now this is going to be slightly ugly, but I'm trying to illustrate a point more than make something that's pretty. Okay, now this is the fish sandwich red circuit build. If you haven't seen it before, look it up, it's awesome. So, this is too close. What this needs to do is come out by 1. Okay, there we go, out by 1. Now I got it. Now it's under control. That's what's up, okay? So this here, the ratio, right, between them is 8 to 1. So actually, well, I could do this. It's 8 to 1 copper coil makers to red circuit makers. Okay, so we'll do this, something like this. Okay, so this is going to give us another 8 of them. I wonder where they're going. Now then, what we need is the kind of the inputs and the outputs. So we're going to go with a fast inserter, and then we're going to ask for a stack of copper. Okay, that's pretty simple. That's going to supply this. Now this is going to need to feed all of these little factories. Now I'm not really demonstrating this build so much, but more the concept I'm about to show you of how to deal with throughput issues when you are using the main bus system. Okay, so that's going to do all of that. Now what I need is a requester chest in the corners on the inside. Okay, because that's going to bring in 2 things. And then we're going to go passive providers on the outside in the corners. Something like this. Okay. Smart inserters. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Here, here, here. Here. Rightio. Smart inserters everywhere. Long-handed inserters everywhere. Fast inserters. We'll get this done shortly. Then we just need to power it up. And of course set our requests in our boxes. Okay. Power lines. How to do this? I'm thinking that each corner will be the ideal way. What do we got? 1 missing. Of course we got 1 missing. Hot dang it. So, in each box we're going to request not a stack, but about 50 I would say. And then some plastic, about 10 I'm thinking. So the ratio is 2 plastic, 2 electric circuit, so maybe we'll go to 50, okay? We'll just copy and paste that across all of the 4 of them. And then that's all going to work. Now these we're going to set to work when there's less than 1,000. Okay, now I'm thinking that plastic might not be in the system. Okay, so that's all working. And see that this is just sitting waiting right now. Let's go check where the plastic's up to. Yeah, that's okay. Plastic? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just throw down a quick little passive provider and a smart inserter. And we're going to say work when there's less than 1,000. 1,000 is a good number, I'm thinking. Okay. Actually, we'll do another one of those and set it up the same. Oops, copy and paste, because those 2 will work together and get the right amount. Now then, so we've got some red circuits being built. We have a look at the production. It's up to 350. We come back down again. Remember, I set up that requester, so it's currently getting some red circuits in. And the thing about Factorio is when you make a small nudge, check for trains, go. When you make a small nudge, you can see that you do get a big result. So right now, okay, this is actually getting what we want. It is doing the job that we want. We're getting the... Let's just drop this down, okay? We'll drop this down to, say, 50. We'll copy and paste that across. So you can see that, bada bing, bada boom, suddenly our line is backing up. Okay, what this is going to do is this is also going to force this to back up here. It's going to force a little bit more even distribution between the consumers. So what's happening, okay, by doing this, you can actually balance out the main bus, okay, because, check for trains, whoa, lucky. What happens is the early, we'll just take that away, shall we? The early stuff can sometimes be disproportionately heavy, and when they are, you'll get this artificial bottleneck where, because this is so heavy, things don't get past it. And you can do various tricks with splitters, but you can kind of work from kind of the end backwards. You can work in a reverse manner and get it to work doing it this way, because what this does is it forces it to basically, it forces it to use less, is how the best how we could best describe it. Okay, so this is using less now, which means that this is going to back up, which means that it's going to end up back here, which means that it can force more in here, and thereby you get the balance. So that is how you solve the main bus problem. If you can balance out that, you end up with a really nice factory. Now, this I'm concerned about. You can see that with a small nudge you get a very big response, especially in the central bus idea. Okay, so these are probably not going fast enough. Just pinch that for a moment. We're going to lose symmetry, but one must make sacrifices to get throughput. Okay, so now you can see the line isn't fast enough. We've got it completely saturated through here. So what we'll do is just upgrade this. See if we can get some more room on the belt. Because we're not at 100% yet. Like, it's not fully saturated. You see, we're not getting enough through. So what we'll do is just introduce a little bit faster stuff to hopefully just max out what we got. And there are hard limits with the main bus setup, and you will hit them, you will find them quite easily, because there's only so much you can put on a belt, one belt, and that runs past a whole bunch of stuff. So that's all okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of the episode. That was what I wanted to show you in the base. You know, to make a sweeping generalization, there's not really anything wrong with the base apart from the idea behind it, but you know, as I explained, there was a reason for that. Z didn't want to build a min-max, you know, vanilla base. He wanted to build this thing that was like, you know, a bit different. You can see here that we're really starting to, you know, make a difference with our red circuits. Our production is up to nearly 400. So if you stamp another one of these down, you'll be gravy. Let's go have a look, see what's up here. There's quite a big map. He's done a bit of exploring, bit of reconnoitering. Wonder what's happening over there. And something interesting. What? Oh shit! He's shooting at me. That thing. Ow! That thing's still there. He's discovered that in like the second episode, and it was a big worm. I don't know. What were we calling that? Ralph? Was Ralph or something? Anyway. But yeah, quite an interesting base. If you'd like me to show you something or how to solve a certain problem, certain problem in the main base, in the main bus concept, be sure to send it through. I'll have this saved now, and I'm gonna stick it in my trophy cabinet. The time Zisteau sent me the keys to his main bus. And actually, if you jump across to Zistau's channel, he's done a lot of interesting things since then. He's got a really interesting ribbon let's play, and that's really forced him to be creative in a lot of the stuff that he does. So that's something interesting, and if you want to see more of Zistau's stuff, go over there, check it out. Even though he's a big YouTuber, he has his own style, so it's worth checking out. Until next time, though, thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the... Oh my lord, that's again, nearly hit me. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Could be for your factory, but I hope it's a Roombas or someone. That'd be cool. Get on to them, send them a tweet for me. Anyway, I'll see you later.